sit back and enjoy it. Drop that green flag.
Love this track, Mikey. There's so much going on every single moment of every single turn.
Guys, the communication sometimes isn't.
Oh, there it is. It's Austin Hill and Zane Smith.
It's going to be more too, Vince.
Wow. The big one.
More and more trucks just keep piling in. There is nowhere to go now. And you can't even go through the grass because it'll just rip the splitter off. Oh!
Sauter involved in that one as well. I think it's going to be easier to tell you who wasn't involved. It looks like Ben Rhodes and Carson Hocevar are able to navigate through, but there is a lot of damage. Parker Kligerman.
Man, and that is that spot back straightaway, right, Mike? It's that crossover in turn 3, and it looked like the inside lane, somebody swooped from the inside to the out, like they got turned the reverse direction.
Drew Dollar with a great run in his 51 truck. That's done.
These are team owners' worst nightmares, these restrictor plate tracks. I remember racing for Tony Stewart, and he was just like, yeah, I just rode off 4 cars. I'm like, no, Tony, we're on the grid right now, ready to race. Yeah, these plate races tear some stuff up, and a lot of times it was nobody doing anything out of the ordinary.
That all started with Austin Hill. You called it, Vince. We'll see, get a replay and see exactly what happened. Wow, look at the damage to Zane's.
Yep, done. One of the championship hopefuls, and maybe his hopes have taken an even bigger hit today, even after what happened in Las Vegas, and now another one today, and he is likely going to be in a situation of nearly must win at Martinsville.
Wow, damage for Johnny Sauter. Look, he's got one of somebody's bars in the front.
Boy, Sauter had been having a good run today as well.
Man, there's just carnage everywhere, and now it's just it's a mad race against the clock. This damage clock can sit down a bunch of trucks, even though you might be able to patch it back up. It's a heartbreaker for a ton of these guys, and I think right before that, the cutoff line with Zane Smith, I mean, he was like -4. Now I'm looking at it, and he's -40.
Yeah, he's in a walk-off win situation heading to Martinsville. I guess it's, Vince, when you come to Talladega, there was a lot of questions about how you race and what your strategy might be. One thing we know for sure about Zane, he's going to go to Martinsville and say, we got to win.
Hey, what's it like when you get in the ambulance for the ride to the care center with other drivers that you were just involved in an accident with?
You just say, which one of you jerks caused that?
Have you ever been in a situation where it was contentious inside on the way to the care center?
I have not, technically. I mean, at a plate race, there's usually what? Right there, you saw 10+ guys all mixed in. You don't know who really started it or what happened.
And if you did start it, you just said, wasn't me. I don't know who did it.
Deny, deny, deny.
Till you can at least get out of the ambulance.
Well, let's see how it started. Let's go to the front of the field, and this is picking it up a little bit after initial chaos began.
What about Matt Kraft in one of the first trucks to sneak through there? Haley Deegan sliding sideways in the one truck, but she never hit anything.
I think she's going to get through there clean, but let's look at this replay. This is where we'll see the truck on the inside get hooked and shoved up, and I believe it's like the 4th truck in line.
I think that would have been Gilliland that maybe got into the back end of the 16 of Hill.
Hit the 3rd truck in line, and then it's just it's a push forward, and that's why you always have to know how much room. Wow, Jennifer Jo Cobb coming in there hot, but you always got to know how much room is in front of the truck in front of you. That's the key moment.
And you know, there could be a situation, just an aggressive push. We've seen them do that before today, Kurt, but they got away with it.
And he is all over that back bumper, Todd Gilliland, right now. But I'm going to go back to what he said before the race. He said, I was with my full sport teammates. Oh, and he goes
it's
around.
A big hit. Hocevar involved in it as well. Friesen is involved.
I'm just throwing my clipboard down right now. I don't know what the 98 was wanting to do there. There was no reason. There's still more than 20 to go. 20 to go. Oh, man.
Haley Deegan involved again. And there's Willie Allen, the 98 of Enfinger.
The Infinger truck made a move. I'm like, where's he going? What's he up to? And then, man, I just feel like I jinxed Friesen on that deal. But there's still so many laps to go. I was listening to you, Mikey, though, like, you got to make your move. You got to get to the front if you want to have a chance at it. But yet, there's still so many laps to go. And that's what makes Talladega so tough for a driver, for a team, for everybody.
We'll have to see it on the replay, but it looked like Infinger was jumping out to jump in front of Creed so they could pass.
He made the move to the top side
to take the lead. Yeah,
there's a lot of blocking that went on there.
He did. He made the move by himself, and then the amount of loss of momentum, that's why Creed caught him so quickly, and they're in the banking, exiting turn 4 in a tough spot. So here's Infinger. He makes the move to the outside for the lead, and then Creed's looking to make a move, and then by this time, you're already changing way too many lanes.
Oh, and Stuart Friesen's so close to slipping through.
And I think Creed had a little bit of contact with Friesen in that 52, but doesn't look to be too significant of damage, so Creed may have avoided
and now
disaster.
I'm looking at Hocevar. His radiator has been dumped out on the track. Man, he tried too hard to block, but at the same time, there's no reason to jump up.
So you think, Kurt, that Infinger made the move too soon?
In my mind, yes, especially with teammates all lined up in the bottom lane. There was no real reason to be in this much of a hurry.
He's in good position here, but then when Creed jumps to the outside, Infinger goes out to block him.
And the difference in speed between those two trucks is just significant. And I don't know that Creed could have gotten off of the back of the 98 if he wanted to. What do you think, Kurt?
I don't think so. No, it's just lane change in central, and things get busy up front. Especially with the loss of momentum for a lead vehicle. That lead vehicle always gets hit with that air, and you're pushed back into the other guy. That's on board with John Hunter Nemechek. It looks like he's able to squeak through there without too much, but Hocevar, he's going to end up the worst as far as a playoff guy, along with Friesen.
I think Creed, does he even...
Yeah, they hit right there.
A little bit of contact, and that's all it takes at that speed.
Yep.
Infinger was, like Kurt said, changing lanes, losing momentum. Any kind of bump right there, as you see, would result in a spin.
Now or never. Getting a big push from Nemechek. Near contact between the two lines. There's one to go. The white flag. The next flag will end it.
Ripping, pushing, gouging, shoving. Everybody's doing all they can with whatever lane they've committed to. You've got to stay in it right now.
A spot to the final 4 and a championship on the line. If Nemechek or a Rhodes or a Crafton could win, but Crafton is slipping back. Oh, Holmes gets into Rhodes a little bit, but Rhodes is able to save it. It's Nemechek and Gilliland out front. Todd Gilliland leads with Fogleman third, and they're wrecking behind them. Still green, coming to the end.
They're still green, and Nemechek makes a move to the inside.
To the bottom. John Hunter Nemechek getting a push, trying to make it to the line. Fogleman is behind him. Fogleman wants to make a move. Can Tate Fogleman do it? Oh. He wrecks Nemechek, and it's Fogleman. Tate Fogleman wins.
Wow, and the truck is now destroyed.
Oh.
Who put the start-finish line down where they did here at Talladega? Because it just gives you so much extra time to thrash things.
Bill France Sr. did that because he wanted to sell more tickets down that way. He said, let's put the start-finish line there.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'm venture a professional. I couldn't even speak during that last lap. Nice job calling them home. What a great finish.